What's up?
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. Fantastic. I love the pacing. I love the lighting. Like, oh, this tell me, where did you guys film it?
How can I say this? It was an apartment, but it was literally like I don't know, maybe like a 10 by 10
It
square.
was a standard LA apartment that was just wrapped entirely in duvetine, like black velvet.
Okay, okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's pretty much
It
it. Okay.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have much of a fancy set, so we just kind of had to,
So we built one.
yeah, make do with what we had, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. I was just I know that you guys actually relied heavily on the actors. How was the timing? What did you guys have to even like do too many cuts? Because it felt very theatrical.
What do
Well,
you think, David?
I mean, the great thing about Cesar is he lets us do multiple takes, and that helps us to not overthink. So there were multiple ways in which we played it, um, and I think by the end, obviously you're focused on the performance. I'm not even sure uh, by the end how long we were filming, but there were multiple versions that we recorded. And it was then basically up to Caesar in the editing room to take the shots that he most liked and craft the delivery that he felt most at ease with, that told the story the best to our abilities. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I would say a big component of it was that we got to do a great deal of the film in like large blocks. It's not very often you're doing in film a scene that is like, quite so long where you get to kind of sit in it and kind of really have like a long back and forth and really like we shot the thing in effectively three blocks. We had the first bit with all the discussion, then you have the action sequence, and then you have the kind of final confrontation. And basically we took the action sequence and the final confrontation and shot that all together, and then all the early dialogue we shot together. But what happens with that is over the course of a day, like the scene evolves and it grows, and you start in the wide shots and you start getting into the close-ups, and you feel like you almost know the character better by the time you're doing that, which is rare, at least in my experience, but I think it shows on screen.
Definitely. I was just I know that Wolfenstein, oh this I'm not sure if it's actually Jinro type, oh is this storyline, or is it actually its own story? I was like always confused by that. Do you guys know about, like anything about Jinro? No? Okay.
I think
Either way,
Caesar's the expert
say
here.
it's almost the same exact premise. But oh this with that, what was the inspiration in choosing Wolfenstein as the fan film here?
So for the most part, I've been pretty much playing video games all my life, and one of the first ones I ever played when I was little, and I probably should have played it when I was little, but it was Wolfenstein, one of the original ones, and it just kind of fascinated me from a very early age. And when I decided to, get into movie making, I did also realize that there weren't that many stories similar to that, to the story of Wolfenstein, of like an alternate reality where the Nazis won and everything. Um, so when I was coming up with ideas to like develop a film that I wanted it to be impactful and I wanted it to really mean something, I thought, you know what? Why not? I'll give it a shot. I know it well enough. I know the characters well enough. I know the world well enough and the aesthetics of it, that it really just felt natural to me to go in that direction. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, no, no, that's amazing. Um, I thought it was very unique in what you actually chose as a fan film. And in that, I'm seeing a lot of inspirations when it comes down to some of the direction of the whole, short. And I just wanted to know, like, were you actually trying to emanate any type of other film that you were actually, doing with some of the scene cuts here?
Yeah, so the biggest inspiration aesthetically, I would say, was German Expressionism, which I've been familiar with since I started film school like 10 years ago, which is probably nothing. So that was the like catalyst, so to speak, for also for like the way that we shot it. Because not only just the lighting, but also with the performances. Because one thing about the German Expressionism that I always drawn from was it focuses a lot on the performances. It focuses a lot on the performers and their facial reactions and like their actions themselves. So I knew that because we weren't going to have the biggest budget and we weren't going to have a lot of time to do it, um, I really just wanted the performances to be impactful and to carry the story through how they were playing it, and how the
Yeah,
characters were going through the story as well.
it's fantastic. Um, was the German natural, or did you guys have to actually like relearn it or something?
That was David.
Yeah, I
Cesar
am
and I said,
actually German. I grew up between
Oh,
Germany and England. I was born with dual citizenship. And I'm guessing that also helped Caesar to pick a genre that he had, that one of his closest friends was already fluent in German. And this was actually the first time that I got to showcase that I'm bilingual as an actor, because in England it was only English-speaking roles, and in Germany it was only German-speaking roles. So I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to showcase this and explore that. Um, I'm a very anti-nationalism guy, and it was interesting that the Brits growing up, they have a very nationalistic culture, and they would be like, well, nationalism is bad except for when we do it. So
yes.
so that double-faced pride in something that happens at Lottery at Birth, it's something that I was struggling with growing up. So the source material, uh, not only was I able to speak both languages, but it also spoke to me personally. So I'm really grateful to have been able to turn that into art.
Oh, it's fantastic.
so I
Fantastic.
don't speak any German.
No, not at all.
In the original script, I say like when I'm respond to him, like I understand what he's saying. I speak English and I just say murdered. But we were on set, and I'm just like, hey, but wouldn't it be cool if I said it in German? And immediately regretted this because I could not for the life of me like master the pronunciation, and probably held this up at least 45 minutes by screwing up takes where I mispronounce the words. But I think it turned out well in the
It
end.
worked out in
I
the
don't
end.
again, I don't speak German, so I don't know if it actually sounds like I'm saying what I'm supposed to be saying, but um I mean, as a non-German speaker, it looks believable to me.
Oh,
It worked for me, so I guess it worked in the end.
okay.
If
Well,
he's
so as long as
happy, I'm
there's no complaints.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. When you guys actually started filming, like how long did it actually take, and what camera did you use?
So from the get-go, I knew that we had limited time because I also had to leave LA like 4 days after we were done. So we only had like a week, but we shot it over the course of 2 days, pretty
Oh, okay.
much. We Our first AD Way, he was crucial in making sure that we had everything we needed on time, and we also were on the schedule the entire time because especially when you have like a small set like the one we had, sometimes things can go a little askew and take a little bit longer, but for the most part we were very what's the word,
Efficient.
efficient with our time there. Thank you.
Well
um
done.
yeah, and then post-production and everything else, that took about 2 months after we were done.
Well done, sir. Well done. Okay. Well, do you guys have any further comments about the process of this? I'd like to actually know more about the project if you have anything.
I mean, considering Jordan joined in at kind of the last minute.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
well, the way we met is pretty, a lot of happenstance, or So we were both. I was cast to play an alien in another film where I had to have like a full like head mask, where like, and we had to do like during the course of the first day, we had to do like a big company move across LA, and they were like, "Well, it's going to take you 2 hours to put the mask on. We're not going to take it off when we move." And so they're like, well, you can't drive with it on, so someone needs to drive you to set." And this is not a big budget production, so they didn't get me a limo, which maybe someday. But instead, I got Cesar because he happened nearest to me. So
And have a car.
yes, and have a car. When he showed up today, I offered to, let him use my hose because it could be a cleaner car, but it's still a car. And he was nice enough to drive me to set, and we struck up a friendship. And naturally, I guess he got to spend enough time with me to realize that I kind of looked like Blazkowicz. And he hit me up with this idea, and I read this, and immediately I was like, I'm playing a video game character. I don't know. I remember playing the game, but then I read it. I'm like, this is really cool. Yeah, let's do this, and kind of just went from there.
Okay. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Um, where can we find more? Are you guys actually doing more films?
Actually, now that you mention it,
Okay.
so you can find us on YouTube and Instagram. There's some behind the scenes stuff as well as teasers and trailers there. And currently, as of now, we are looking into the pre-production for the sequel because this is meant to be more of a series type of thing. So there's at least at least 4 more episodes planned,
Okay.
hopefully. So we are currently into the workings of the second one, and which we hope goes well as the first one, or better than that.
Definitely
Okay.
better.
Definitely. All right, fantastic. Are you guys screening this anywhere else? Throughout the year?
Hopefully, I mean, we submitted it to other festivals and whatnot, but we haven't gotten a response about those. But hopefully, there'll be a couple more times. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, please, throw whatever you want on the chat. Let everyone actually connect with you guys, actually find you guys, because you guys are fantastic talent. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.